It looks like Bouncebackmeek was just arrested on June 1st, 2022. Meek is a rapper based out of Stockton, California, and I already made a video about him, so if you guys are unfamiliar with who Bouncebackmeek is, I'm gonna have my video linked in the description below. Go ahead and check that out and come back to this one. With that being said, we're gonna be taking a look at some of the charges Bouncebackmeek is currently facing. His bail is set at $350,000, which is a good chunk of change. Now, there are bail bonds out there that will bail you out for 1% of the total bail, but usually for amounts over $300,000, you're gonna need some type of collateral like a house, a lot of co-signers, and it's not just about getting the 1%. Taking a look at his arrest record, it looks like Meek is being charged with a total of 6 felonies as of right now. But I have to add in there that all of these charges are open charges. For anybody not familiar with what an open charge is, an open charge is a charge placed against a defendant, usually to enable the police to gain time for the discovery of further evidence so that another serious charge may be made. Meaning, this could get a whole lot messier for our boy Bouncebackmeek. This is an ongoing investigation, but he's already being charged with 6 felonies. So we're gonna take a look at all the charges he's being charged with and try to figure out exactly how many years he could potentially be facing and break down some of the charges in the penal codes. But before we get into the video, don't forget to get at me on Instagram if you want me to cover something in specific. But without further ado, let's get into it. Count 1, Penal Code 29800A1, which is a felon in possession of a firearm. Now, this charge can carry up to 3 to 5 years, I believe. Really depends on how many prior charges you have. Like, if you have any prior gun charges, that could enhance the time by a lot. And in Meek's situation, I believe he already has at least 1 prior gun charge. So this one isn't looking too good already. Count 2, Penal Code 30600A. Another felony, and this penal code translates into selling or manufacturing of assault weapons in California. This charge carries up to 8 years and a minimum of 4 years. But this charge doesn't necessarily mean Meek was manufacturing weapons. You could get this charge for simply transporting a weapon into the state of California without the proper authorization. Count 3, which is Penal Code 30605, which is another felony, and this translates into possession of an assault weapon. Now, this charge is a wobbler felony. For anybody not familiar with what a wobbler is, it's basically a charge that can be charged as a misdemeanor or a felony. But in Meek's case, it looks like they're pushing for the felony on all charges that are wobblers, which is not a good sign. They're really out for his head right now. Count 4, he's being charged with conspiracy, which a conspiracy charge is basically meaning the authorities have enough evidence to believe that you were going to commit a crime with 1 or more people. Like, let's say they got some text messages and you guys were talking about hitting a lick. That could be a conspiracy charge. Count 5, Penal Code 186.22A, another felony, which translates into participating in a gang. Count 5 looks to be another wobbler felony, and it's Penal Code 186.22A, and it's basically charging Meek for participating in a gang enterprise. And then arguably one of the worst charges you can get, Count 6, Penal Code 186.22B1, which is basically gang enhancements. Now, for anybody familiar with what gang enhancements are, they can add a lot more time, and it really just depends on the type of crime committed to enhance the gang. A violation of Penal Code 186.22B serves as a street gang sentencing enhancement. The violation will result in an additional 3 years to a life term in state prison. This time is served in addition and consecutive to the penalty the defendant receives for the underlying crime. This charge in particular has put a lot of people away for a very long time, simply because the add charges, the enhancements, they can nearly double the amount of years you're supposed to do. With that being said, if Meek were to beat 5 of these charges and he only got charged for 1 of the felonies, just from having that enhancement, that gang enhancement on the same case, it could double the amount of time he can do. I looked up all of the charges that he's currently facing, and it looks to be about a grand total of 17 years without the enhancements. And this is on the maximum side. This is saying that if he gets charged and he gets charged for the maximum amount of time for each and every case, he's looking at about 17 17 years. And we're not even talking about the enhancements yet, because it's really hard to calculate how much the enhancements will actually affect the time. The only thing we know for sure is that it will add more time if he gets hit with these enhancements. Another thing to note, it looks like Meek got arrested at 10:35 in the morning by the Stockton Police Department. Meaning, this wasn't some, oh, they saw him on the street and they pulled him over. No, this was coordinated. They planned this, the authorities planned this, and they got him in the morning, probably at his house. And the only reason why they decided to swoop in now is because they finally had enough evidence to actually get him for something. So some people are saying this is the feds. Other people have not confirmed that. We're not really going to try to speculate on that because it's impossible to say that right now. I said this before, this is a very fresh case. So we're going to continue following the news if there are any developments, but it's a little f***ed up, you know. He's been consistent with his rap career for like the past year, I feel like, and if he gets put away for any amount of time right now, it could really kill a lot of his momentum. Now, I know me and Meek don't have the best relationship. He didn't really like the video I made about him, but I'm not here to judge his case. We're not here to, you know, bash him or anything like that. We're simply reporting on the news right now, and hopefully he doesn't have to go down for double-digit numbers, because nobody has time for that. It really just goes to show that if you're in this rap game or in the music industry in general, you don't want to have one foot in the streets and one foot in the rap industry, because if you are actually living what you're rapping about, it never works out for people. We've seen this time and time again. You either got to be full throttle with the rap and the music, or you got to be full throttle with whatever you're doing on the streets, because all that unwanted attention as a rapper, good luck getting away with things, especially in a small town like Stockton. But let me know what you guys think in the comment sections below. But until next time, I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace.